start. We just rolled right through and we're going into round 7. Waves are pumping. Heitor, Alves, Yadin, Nicol, Hiroto, Arai, and Myles. Padaca round 1 action has been fast and furious. Has something for the surf fan out there, starting with this one from Myles Padaca.
Yeah, brother Myles Padaca right here, past Triple Crown champion right there.
Would love to add this trophy to their mantle. Here he goes, Yadin Nicol. Now, obviously a surfing superstar. Looks like he's riding a bit shorter of a board, looking nice and lively. Channel Islands laid under his feet. So nothing super crazy right there, but I just like the, you know, frisky down the line.
He loves to throw down a big power carve or a hack, and then he can mix it up with maneuvers above the lip too. You know, he really is one of those guys that have kind of changed the landscape of surfing with what's done in the air in the last 15 years.
Now we are starting to heat up in the lineup. Heitor Alves. It's strong, goofy foot. Constant threat anytime he puts on a jersey. Former WCT competitor, guy who can do backflips on land and sea. And right behind him, young surfer from Japan, Hiroto Arai. A lot of spark in this kid, never one to back down. That trend will continue with talented guys like Hiroto Arai. And goes Yadin Nicol blasting the tail out. Quick foam snap. And, you know, 3 foam climbs on a wave isn't necessarily what you want to get those big scores, but...
just pay attention to his fins, his tail block. Watch as he releases it right there. A lot of control. So just adding a little bit to a stock off the lip, and that's Yadin. And he's got so much talent. As you said, Chris, this wave was kind of shutting down on him, so he was forced to just go for a couple of floaters after that opening move, which is a bummer for him, but it's not a bad start. And Hiroto almost didn't recognize him here with the little bit of longer hair, but as you said, Japan nicely represented this year on the QS. There's a handful of surfers. They're doing pretty well, getting some solid results. And then Heitor Alves, as you mentioned, he's been around for a while.
Heitor now. Quick whip. I like the patience Heitor displays in his surfing. You see, you know, just the right amount of attack and waiting for the wave to kind of come to him.
He's competing right now at the halfway mark in his heat. He's staying on the inside, being sneaky. He's letting Myles Padaca and the boys sit outside for a bomb. And he got some work done, didn't he, Chris, on this wave?
It looked better on the replay. Now that I'm watching it, that first one really crisp.
Yeah, he has that in his repertoire where he has a nice tight arc or a pivot on his backhand, so it allows him to look snappy but throw some spray as well. Nice tag right there. Then this one, a little better connection on the wall. Just slightly more water being thrown everywhere. Again, the consistency today is very impressive. A lot of waves.
All right, exercising priority. Hiroto Arai looking for the tube, finds the reef. Heitor Alves is going to try to shut the door on this heat. His backhand is lethal. Quick snap to start it off, gets around a tricky section. He's just trying to read this wave. Little hook at the end. So a very complicated wave to surf, but makes good use of it. And here you kind of see the other side of that, having some trouble negotiating all the warbles and bumps coming up the face. Hiroto Arai.
Super rippable out there. It's definitely contestable. I feel like Heitor, he's going to up the ante a little bit. He's holding on to a 5.7 for his backup score, but a couple of decent turns for him, so he seems to be a good rhythm, but he's definitely not getting funky. We're used to seeing him throw at least one big air or tail waft, but he looks like, to me, he's riding a step up, so keeping it calm, keeping it cool, and just doing smacks and off the lips. This was a big one. Hiroto only needed a 3.4, Chris, and that's a nice little tail slide, so he may have just jumped up to second.
So you'd have to, again, call it an upset with Yadin Nicol being bounced to 3rd place in the dying seconds by the young Japanese upstart. Hiroto Arai will be back with more action.